Hi, I'm Kate Richburg, Director of Education here at Beaducation.com, and I'm going to talk to you today about our various riveting hammers that we carry. These are three of the riveting hammers that we carry here at Beaducation, and each one of them is slightly different, and I want to extol the virtues of each of these so you can make a good informed decision about which riveting hammer you might want to purchase. One of the questions that we get frequently from customers is, why can't I use a chasing hammer to rivet? And just to refresh your memory, that's what we've got here, a nice chasing hammer, which we use for flattening metal, but unfortunately it's not the best riveting tool, and you'll see why when I address these hammers. We have this larger square-faced square head riveting hammer. It's a little bit larger. It's the largest of the riveting hammers that we carry, and it's a good tool if you like to do rivets that are a little bit heavier in gauge. If you're using heavier wire like 14 or even 12 gauge wire, this heavier hammer really makes a nice tight flat rivet. You also have a nice large surface here on the head of the riveting tool. This is the surface that you use to flatten your rivet. So if you have trouble maybe using more delicate tools, or if you have trouble maybe wielding a hammer and need a little more force behind what you're doing and a little more space here so you can hit that rivet right on the head, this might be the tool for you. Also here at the back, this is the part that actually starts to flatten and shape your rivet. This has a nice curved, it's hard to see here on camera, but it has a nice curved edge to it. It's not flat, so when you start to actually tap out your rivet, this is you need a nice thin edge in order to get your rivet to kind of mushroom out evenly to make a nice round rivet. So that's this square-faced one. Great tool, great price point, and very easy to use. This next riveting hammer is our round-faced riveting hammer. The riveting head on this is a little bit smaller, so it's a little more precise. It's a little smaller again, so if you make rivets that are a little smaller in gauge, like let's say 18 or 16 gauge, this is a great choice for you for those gauges of wires. And again, the actual riveting head on here, you can see it's nice and even, also tapers up nice and thinly here. So again, when you're tapping out that rivet, this is a nice precision head for that. A nice shiny face here, so when you go ahead and tap out the rivet head, it's going to be nice and flat. It's a little bit of a lighter tool to use, and again, it just works really, really well for those rivets. Last but not least, we have our fancy frets riveting hammer. This happens to be my personal hammer that I have, so you can see a little bit of wear and tear here on the handle. But this is a tool that's really going to last you forever and ever. Those other riveting hammers are great as well, but this frets tool is kind of the top of the line when it comes to hammers. You can see the face of the riveting tool is nice and shiny. Again, pretty small for really small precision rivets. And you can see a nice thin riveting head, even thinner than those other two hammers I've shown you previously, to get you some really precision rivet shaping when you're tapping those rivets out. You can also use this on heavier gauge wires as well. You just need to tap those wires a little more vigorously to get that wire splayed out. As with any of your hammers, you want to make sure that these tools are only used for the purpose of, that they're meant to be used for. In this case, riveting. You don't want to strike design stamps with these or anything, heavy duty like that. They also happen to be great for doing a little bit of texturing, but keep them really for the purpose that they're intended, which is riveting.